On September 27th, 2017, Chili released a new vlog titled Bowser Jr.'s Birthday Bash. A new SML video is in the works. She claimed it would be another Bowser Jr.'s birthday video. She leaked some early behind-the-scenes footage, indicating that the video would be more usual than the SML movies. September 29th, 2017. A notification for a new Super Mario Logan video popped up on my phone. I got excited, thinking that this would be a big birthday video that Chili talked about. I'm immediately caught off guard by the cryptic title. SML movie. I'm sorry, Chef Pee Pee. My mind began racing with thoughts. Was that the birthday video? Did they schedule the wrong video? Is this an early Halloween special? I then noticed the thumbnail, which had high contrast, and I could see Junior's sad face in the preview. I noticed Chef Pee Pee in the corner, who blended into the background. I could barely view his facial features, despite all their red flags. I still played the video and saw what happened. Junior's playing football in the house with Jeffy, while Chef Pee Pee is cooking something disgusting, as always. When it cuts back to Junior and Jeffy playing football, Junior went in for a tackle, and Jeffy hit the ball extremely hard. The kick is high enough and strong enough to break a part of the ceiling. A chunk of ceiling crashed Chef Pee Pee directly in the face and knocked him unconscious, and it destroyed his face. Blood and flesh and pieces splattered against the stovetop, and there was a giant hole where Chef Pee Pee's face was. There's even a little skull surrounded by what looked like ground beef inside the face hole. Ew, the scene was gruesome. But I could tell it's just some impressive special effects. It's an SML movie, after all. I had gotten used to seeing plenty of fake blood in these videos. Anyway, Junior's terrified of the fact that he might have killed Chef Pee Pee, but he knew a trick. Junior tried to make Chef Pee Pee a new face by getting some Play-Doh and using glue and tape to fix his face. There's a light-hearted little montage of Junior fixing his face with cutesy music. When Junior finished the Play-Doh face, he went to present it with Jeffy to get his approval. They went to put the new face on Chef Pee Pee, whose flesh looked like it had slightly rotted. I thought it was a crazy attention to detail that Chef Pee Pee's destroyed face actually aged somehow. After the face was successfully in place, Junior was waiting for Chef Pee Pee to be alive. The shot is held on Chef Pee Pee's corpse for an eerily long time. Around 13 seconds, I finally got the feeling that something was up. I know it sounds ridiculous when I say it, this far into the video, but at this point, I had gotten used to some gruesome nature some of Logan's videos. I figured this video was just another one of those videos like The Gun or Cody the Magician. However, some strange artistic liberties in the video doesn't seem like Logan's style. I already mentioned Chef Pee Pee's slowly rotting flesh, and the weird 10-second pause seemed too much like an artsy move, if that makes sense. Regardless, the video played on. The scene cuts to the red couch with Junior and Jeffy sitting. Junior lamented about the fact that he killed Chef Pee Pee, to which Jeffy corrected him by saying that he was the one who killed him. I settled down after this joke, thinking that the video was being back to the good old SML. I'm sorely mistaken. The scene went on with Junior and Jeffy discussing where to hide his body. But before Junior could finish a sentence, the video made a smash cut to Chef Pee Pee's still rotting body in the kitchen for about 3 to 4 seconds. After that, it continued like normal. And then, as Jeffy was discussing one of the ideas, there was another hard cut to the body. It was extremely unlike Logan's style of editing. His videos were usually much more fast-paced than this. Before I continued this thought, I noticed something. The scene was slightly different from the previous one. I saw an eyeball where none had been before. A new face was growing under his old one. Chef Pee Pee wasn't dead. He was reconstructing. Jeffy and Junior remained unaware of this, and the scene continued like this for a couple of minutes until Chef Pee-Pee's face grew, and then he got up and went out of frame. Jeffy and Junior then settled on a plan, and they went to leave the room. They immediately stopped as the camera pinned around to Chef Pee-Pee, with his grotesque new face in the light for both of them to see. It's horrifying. It almost looked like human skin, but it looked mixed with some fabric used on the puppet. It was a deep brown color, almost red. It was excreting a thick, dark red liquid from Chef Pee-Pee's mouth, and his eyes were bloodshot. His pupils almost filled what was visible through his sockets. Something else of note here is that there was no music to accompany the scene, which left only Junior's whimpering to be the only thing I could hear. The next scene was Chef Pee-Pee's point of view, and it looked very distorted and warbly. He seemed to target Jeffy's first. The scene cuts to Jeffy's POV, in which Chef Pee-Pee opens his mouth wide and enough to tear the skin around his mouth. The inside of his mouth is somewhat human, but there are no teeth or tongue. The blood seemed to cover every inch of his mouth. Chef Pee-Pee suddenly lunged toward Jeffy, completely covering his head and devouring it. The video cut back to Junior, who watched in horror. The sound had completely cut out, so I didn't know if he was saying anything. Despite this, I still kept watching. Chef Pee-Pee had eaten Jeffy's head and probably took notice of Junior. Junior made a run for it, running down the stairs and hiding inside the cabinet in the kitchen. The scene was rather intense, as it made rapid cuts to a close-up of Chef Pee-Pee's new face and Junior panicking inside the cabinet. At this point, the audio came back somewhat. It was Junior panting inside the cabinet as grotesque noises came from outside. There was another cut. Now in Junior's point of view, the cabinet door in front of him opened, slowly revealing Chef Pee-Pee's new face in clear view of the camera. After the scene, it cuts to a new angle in which Chef Pee-Pee is in the foreground. Chef Pee-Pee violently grabbed Junior and dug into his chest, removing several of his internal organs in the process. I'm too in shock at this point to realize that Junior's not even meant to have organs. The video continued as Junior screamed out in a gurgled voice, "I'm sorry, Chef Pee-Pee, I'm sorry." Chef Pee-Pee then left the scene, leaving Junior to slowly die as he continued to scream, with each attempt slowly getting quieter and more pitiful. The camera lingered on his dead body for about 3 minutes, before it cut to a black screen for a few more seconds. There was no SML question and no plea to subscribe. The video just ended. As expected, the video disappeared for violating YouTube community's guidelines. There was no thought to archive the video, likely because the comments were shocking. I talked with my friends about the video immediately after I finished it, and they looking at me like I was high. Minutes later, the video that Chili had teased, Bowser Jr.'s 9th birthday, was released instead. It was just an ordinary birthday video, nothing like what we saw in the vlog. I looked in the comments, and no one noticed the horrific events before it. When I went to view the vlog, which had mentioned more production in the video, it disappeared. Nobody seemed to remember the teased video either. You will answer us, Logan. You will.